if you want to make a difference tonight. Why is it some people wait all their lives, waiting for something to say? I don't believe that my life's been a lie. It's only right that I give back what I've taken to all those people who showed me the way, to all the ones who came before me, to all of those I've never met, never known. They've shown that it's how you live your life that makes you whole. Don't relax, keep the pedal. Don't relax, keep the pedal to the metal. Don't relax, keep the pedal to the middle. If you want to make a difference tonight. Well, I remember when I was a boy, everything was just like they would say it. Didn't matter if you were alone. You always felt that somewhere someone would be watching. Didn't matter, someone was always looking. You were never on your own. Why does it now have to be so different? It was only yesterday when we were young at heart. Why is it some people wait all their life, never knowing where's the end of the beginning, telling stories that nobody hears? About them all, cause I was the one that was telling them, you either do the right thing or you don't. There's no such thing as in between. The ride is rough, the road goes on forever. I don't know if I...
DJVSA Radio, coming to you live from Jerusalem, and it is such a pleasure to come to you live and to enjoy you. This is the voice of the JODE van South Africa, the voice of the Jews of South Africa, and if I sound a little bit subdued today, it is because this program is dedicated to medical. Now, medical is not a joke. It's a very serious matter, and many people suffer from medical diseases and medical problems and so on. So I'm trying to, because I have a vast medical knowledge and I help a lot of people here in Israel, and so I'm trying to sound like a doctor. Now, before anything else, how was the music?
Yeah,
Tony
it was great.
Tobias,
really nice.
Tony Tobias, wait! I've never heard music like that in my life before. It is really fantastic. I would just like to thank Ari for interfering this morning as the producer, and just say hello to Sean, and then we'll say a few words about Tony Tobias. Shawnee, what's up?
Hey, welcome from Jerusalem. It's a very sunny but very, very, very windy Monday morning.
So you're giving the weather report. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just welcome to all our friends and listeners, all our Facebook friends and other friends. We'll get to mention a couple of your names later. Errol just wants to talk about Toby Tobias's music that is written. He's one of our group friends, group members, group brethren, and it's really stunning music, beautiful music, and there will be South African music a little bit later and extras.
in a special featurette featuring none other than Shone. Now listen, this Toby Tobias dude, wow, man.
Yeah, beautiful music.
He stayed here in Jerusalem for a while, for 10 years, and that wasn't enough to ruin his music. It is absolutely magnificent, and he sent me that piece and another piece, and it's great. And the funny part about Toby Tobias is, in real life, he is the nicest, most stable, intelligent man and magnificent musician you'll ever wish to meet. But if he goes on tour or he's on stage, he goes berserk. He has trashed more hotel rooms than Kiss.
Wow.
And all the other dudes put together, he's insane. He took the fire extinguisher and he foamed the whole dining room one day, and he breaks things. And on stage, he goes absolutely bananas, and he breaks guitars and stuff like this. And then he comes off stage and he goes home
and has a cup of tea.
He has a cup of tea, Earl Grey tea with 2 lumps of sugar. So who knows? But these musicians, I think the more brilliant that they are, and he's superb, the more insane they are. But Tony is a very valued member of DJVSA page, and he contributes quite a bit, and his music is amazing, and we hope to feature much more of his music. And then, of course, when he gets here to Israel, we're going to have a party for him in Tel Aviv, wild berserk party, but he's not allowed to play music because who knows, he might slip off the edge and start his trashing, and then Nechama and Jonathan are going to have their houses trashed. So, Toby, please come here, speak to us. Don't sing, and you can't sing in the studio either, but we'll have you on, and we really appreciate your music, and thank you very much for sending that stuff to me. Now, you will have noticed that we are a couple of minutes late. You're coughing, Shawnee. That's very good news leading up to what's about to occur. We're a couple of minutes late today because I got a letter, a communique. How come when normal people send a letter, it's a letter or a note or an email or an inbox, but when somebody famous or a big politician sends it, it's a communique? That's ridiculous. Communique. You know, I got this communique from the Australian Prime Minister, and she says, I don't want to read it out because it is marked confidential, but it basically said, "Dear Bruce." Why do they call me Bruce? And she signs at the bottom, Sheila. What is that? She said that she believes that due to our willingness to help the Australians listen live, she hears that we are coming on early Israel time with this, she said, superb, fantastic, unbelievable, and I'll add a few more just now, radio show. And she asked if we could delay it by 10 or 15 minutes because she wants to, what did she write here? She wants to
catch the program.
Yeah, well, she wants to catch it, and she wants to be serviced by the butler. Served by the butler. So her dinner, and then she would like to have it complete before she listens. So in due respect to her, Sheila, we delayed it, and here it is. So you only inconvenienced 3.5 million people because you wanted to finish dinner, but we respect you for the position that you hold. Now, that's all that. Now, you know, Sean, we advertise this program as a because I mean DJVSA Radio is historical. There's a Facebook page, so many firsts, and a radio station, and all these lovely things. But I don't want, like Jeff, for example, to be like the only pioneer. I also want to pioneer things, and you know, I have a vast medical history, knowledge, and I want to now, and for the first time ever in the history of radio, do a medical procedure live on air. We are going to, now wait for it, today we are going to cure the common cold.
On air.
On air, right here at this program, we're going to cure the common cold. Now, I advertised all over the place. I wanted a young lady infected with influenza, with large lungs, to come in, and I was going to pay her. And I had a whole queue coming up outside. And each one, as they came in and I asked them to disrobe, they ran screaming, so go figure. So unfortunately, or fortunately in this particular case, because we have to have somebody that is still breathing and is sick, I've chosen you.
Okay.
You have the honor.
Yes.
Now, as any good medical practitioner will know, we need, first of all, to take a very comprehensive medical history, because we base the dosages of medicine and so on. So I've got the whole thing here on this clipboard here. Where's a pen? Okay. And now it's rather lengthy, but we'll try and condense it. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Sean.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's right. You got that right. Question number 2. Are you sick?
I'm not in top health.
But all right. Question number 3. Do you have flu?
Yes.
Okay. Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad. I'm snorting and coughing and
All right.
sneezing.
You qualify. That's enough. Okay.
All right.
Well, okay. But
Except I'm not a lady with big lungs.
yeah, I know. I've noticed. But now, so what we're going to do is, I asked Ari to bring in all these tools and the medical bag and all this medicine and I think that's your medical aid phoning to say that because I just want to assure you that I did contact your medical insurance. And they said, under no circumstances is this covered in any way whatsoever. So you don't have to worry about claim forms and stuff like that. If this makes you sick, you're sailing. You don't have anything to worry about. So now we have the situation where we feel that you're maybe not sick enough. So before we unpack all the stuff and start to administer the cure, I'd like to reinfect you just to make sure. So, Sean, if you will turn towards me, right, no, a little bit more, yeah. Okay, lift up your face, up a bit. Now open, flare your nostrils, close your eyes. I got you. Let me look up your. Oh, jeez. Okay, I think you're fully affected. So within a couple of seconds, you should be good and sick. So what we'll do is, just to make sure, we'll give you a booster. Let me just fill up the syringe. What is this yellow stuff? Okay, well, I don't know. Okay, now roll up your sleeve. Why are you wearing 2 shirts? It's not that cold.
But I'm sick, man.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, now let me. I think I'll give you the first shot in the arm. Oh.
Ah!
No. You're such a baby. Really. Control yourself, Sean. Okay, in it goes. Right. Now that was, whoa. This is toxic waste. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Not the first time.
No, it doesn't matter. Okay, well, we'll leave that with you, and you're getting like a green haze, which and green is your color. And I would like Ari to come over here and take notes, because I'd like him to document all of this, because when the cure is found, we may have forgotten what we gave you. So let's go. So all right, everything's in place. You're fully sick. You've got a green haze about you. Do you always swell like that when you have an injection? Your whole arm is ballooned up. Do you always swell like that, or is it something new?
No, it's my muscles, Errol, man.
It doesn't look like a muscle from here, I can tell you that. Okay, so now, having done all that, we will go back to this medical, as this toxic waste takes its effect. We need to, first of all, we have a very interesting featurette, and Shawnee, it's over to you for a while.
All right. Just before anything else, I'd like to play you a song and tell you the story of that song. If Ari could just get us the song up quickly. This is a song we all know, and I'm sure you'll be humming it for the rest of the day. Here we go. right. I'm sure you all enjoyed that. It's something that as soon as I started doing research on, I was humming it for about 4 or 5 days and driving my family mad. Anyway, who doesn't remember that song? That song is Daar Kom die Alabama. And it's like so many of us, I got to know the old Cape Malay song as a child. And the true story of this song is beginning to slip away with time. I want to tell you all the true story about this song. The year was 1862 and the American Civil War was in full swing. The Southern Confederacy had just bought a 1,000-ton warship built in Birkenhead, England, called the Alabama. She was used as a raider in the Atlantic Ocean, targeting the trading ships of the North. She'd been zigzagging through the South Atlantic between Brazil and the west coast of Africa. When on July the 28th, 1963, the ship's commander, one Captain Rafael Semmes, who is actually Jewish, decided, for fear of running into northern warships, to put in at Saldanha Bay. He sent his paymaster ashore to buy fresh provisions and also travel south to tell the governor of the Cape, Sir Philip Wodehouse, of his arrival. Anyway, the paymaster got some excellent venison from the local farmers, and during the week that it remained in Saldanha Bay, local farmers were invited aboard the tour of the ship. Anyway, after the Saldanha repairs and a complete new painting had finished, she carried on her way and sailed into Table Bay on the 5th of August 1963 with her supply ship. As they were coming into Cape Town, they saw a sail coming from out at sea, and it was identified as a new American bark. This was a ship from the north of America that was still doing trading and therefore weapons and money that was coming into the north. Anyway, being a steamship, the Alabama applied every ounce of steam into the boilers, and firing cannon across her bows made this bark stop. And they brought it into Cape Town. They took over the ship. The old Cape Argus account of the taking of the vessel is still amazing. The paper describes how the entire city came to a standstill and intrigued by the drama unfolding in the bay. All the city cabs were hired as people swarmed up Lions Hill to Kloof Road for a better view. One eyewitness said, "As soon as we reached the crown of the hill, we set off at pace down the hill past the roundhouse till we came near Brighton, and there lay the Alabama, 50 yards of the unfortunate Yankee ship. The weather was calm and the sea was like glass. The bark was making her way slowly from the steamer, but the Alabama, with her more power, seemed to be letting her get away, and then eventually she overtook her and brought her in. A boat was lowered and the crew took possession of the vessel. The Alabama sailed into Cape Town and the streets were lined with people to welcome her. The people's hearts and imaginations were touched with what they had witnessed, and the ship was feted like a hero. The North, understandably quite upset with this, sent the warship the Vanderbilt to the Cape. It was apparently quite a sight to see. Again, the people of the Cape came into the mountain. They saw how the Alabama managed each time to evade the Vanderbilt before setting sail for Brazil. A while later, the Alabama again returned to the Cape, still a hero in the eyes of the people, and eventually left and docked in the French port of Cherbourg. It was there that fate overtook her, and the Union government sent the armor-plated Kearsarge to deal with her. And she was sunk. On the 19th of June, 1864, with thousands of French citizens watching the battle, the Alabama was hit and sank beneath the waves. There were many sad hearts in Cape Town when the news of her demise arrived. In 1890, an old sailor passed away in Mossel Bay. His name was John Moore, and he was the gunner on the Kearsarge who had fired the shot that sent the Alabama down. Thankfully, she still lives on in our songs. So that's the story of Daar Kom die Alabama. Hope you enjoyed it. There are going to be more in the future, and I'd like to call this little segment that we're going to have on a regular basis, I'd like to call this segment, Yes Like, Did You Know That, eh? And from now on, that's going to be our new segment. Anyway, Errol, I'm feeling quite sick. Let's get back to you.
No. I can see you, man. Have you changed colors a few times? That was very interesting. I love that kind of story, and I love the fact that John Moore was the oak who shot the who shot the bullet that sunk the Da Kom the Alibama. Now that was great. And I love old stories like that. And now everybody's going to bleep because the Alibama song is going to replace the donkey song in everybody's head, and I'm going to laugh. So now we've got, let me just see, okay, we've got the stuff called, okay, as I call it out, I'll ask Ari to write it down, and then you just take it. Summa any does. Just slick it out here at the bottle.
Okay.
So there's a Moxel, or I don't know, a Moxel. Eat some of this Vicks Vapor Rub. Chow some of that. Now I probably find that my family's phoning me to tell me to stop doing this to you. All right, so now Vicks Vapor Rub. What is this stuff? What is this? Oh, this is embarrassing. How did Ari's stuff get mixed up in amongst our stuff? This is not mine. Really, this is not mine. This is, and I nearly read it out on air. How embarrassing! This is a packet of you know what, and it says,
Errol, I just think that some biltong will fix me up.
Biltong, yeah, I know, but this bloody Michael John Philip Julian Geselter doesn't want to send biltong. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's like so mean. But this must be Ari's because it's not yours. No. Because I've seen the condition your wife is in. It's definitely not yours, and I know it's not mine. It says here, it's like a super duper pack. It's 14 buy 12 2 come free. That's amazing, and it says silky something. Anyway, but let's leave that. So all right, so take all these 6 or 7 or 8. Things, just take it all, creams, pills, and Ari, I see you writing it down very nicely. Try and get the spelling right because this combination is very important. You know, Sean, I've had a lot of experience in the medical field, and I've got a lot of patients that I'm looking after. For example, my one friend and everybody's friend on the page, Stan Dick, he's had a lot of medical problems, and I can empathize with him because I've had a couple of those myself and so on. But I've sorted him out. I've put him on an alcohol-only diet. He's either drunk or bubbleless. So nothing else matters. So all these other problems have now gone by the wayside. And Tammy Michaela, she approached me. She wanted to stop smoking. She had other problems as well, but I don't think that I could reveal them on public radio. So and she tried the patches and nothing worked. So I built her a whole smoking patch bed. Now instead of her husband, she goes to sleep every night on this patch bed, so that it makes contact with her all over. And so far she's 6 weeks nicotine free. So I'm feeling very proud of myself. I have a new patient today, in fact, Bev Devimos, and that reminds me, we haven't paid the bills yet, but you'll do that now. Bev Devimos, she's got terrible hay fever. Okay, at first I thought she had TB, which is terrible bubbleless, but she's got terrible hay fever. So, Bev, if you're listening, there is a simple solution to that, because it's the stuff that's coming off the trees. Don't go near the trees. And if you have to, if it's unavoidable, move. Get out of there, relocate, come and live in Israel, in the Sinai Desert, and there's no trees there, and you'll be fine. Okay, now, Sean.
Yes.
What are we going on to next? This is very exciting.
All right, next I want to discuss. Eventually, you people will get to realize that I'm very interested in facts and figures and information. And I was doing a little research on South African fauna and flora. Errol, that's not two young ladies. That's got to do with things that live and grow and flower in a particular area.
And don't young ladies do that?
Okay.
And you're going to get guys like Joe Maynard. He's going to come here now and say, yeah, those are lekker stickles. Those are two lekker chicks I used to know during my youthful days. No. But anyway, I know what you mean by fauna and flora. But and the
And
things
flora isn't margarine either. Well, I suppose it was, but we're talking about fauna and flora. South Africa's fauna and flora.
Okay.
Now, South Africa is the third most biologically diverse country in the world. It's also the only country to have an entire plant kingdom within its national borders. Okay, it has 18,000 vascular plant species within its boundaries, of which 80% are found nowhere else. And South Africa also has 1/3 of the world's succulent plant species. Now, the Cape Floral Kingdom is the best and biggest in South Africa. It's got the highest recorded species diversity of any similar-sized temperature or tropical region, and it's the world's hottest hotspot of global conservation concern.
Because just to interrupt, the area around the docks and the waterfront is also one of the hottest hotspots you could ever find.
Apparently so. Now, one final thing actually about the Cape Floral system is that on the garden route there's a greater variety of plants and trees than there are in the whole of Europe. Now, that's just got to say something about the beauty and about the wealth of the land itself. And it definitely rubs off on the people of all races and creeds. But that's just something interesting that I found out, and hopefully next week we'll have more. Errol, I'm starting to feel very woozy.
No, that's why I let you do those two little featurettes first before we did anything else, because I can see you're not looking well. So what I'm going to do now is I've filled up the syringe again with another kind of mixture. But I'm not going to give it to you in your arm, Shawnee, because your arm is looking too terrible, and you need the other arm perhaps to write and so on. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to drop the old pens, turn around.
Yeah, this is charming.
Yeah, I know it excites me. And I'm going to zap you one shot in the bum with this stuff, and I'll try to get the whole dose in, and then we'll see, because I think that this may well be the cure. So I've got Ari to document all the bits and pieces that I've put in it. There's no water. So okay. So now take down your pants. Right.
Well, I don't know about this.
And
you know?
Go on, and your underpants. Okay, good. Okay, now before. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this anymore.
Turn away from me for a minute, and just let's pay before I shoot this in. Let's pay the bills, and then we can be sure that you still, well, at this stage, that you're still conscious. Now, can you say Devimus?
Yeah, I can say Devimus, and I always knew how to say Devimus. It wasn't me with the problem. I've got the cold. I don't have a reading problem.
No, okay, because last week, you see, because there's the competition running, Shawnee.
Yes.
They spotted a deliberate mistake, and then we could carry over. Now we've got 3 unbelievable, marvelous prizes for the person who spots the deliberate mistake. There is 19 million inadvertent mistakes, but there is one mistake that is so deliberate that even my grandson can notice. The people on the page are, to say the least, doof. Okay, they can't see that. They never see anything. So I want them to try and intelligent up, be as clever as we are, and spot the deliberate mistake, and you're going to win a huge 3 prizes. One from Samantha Devimus Jewelry.
Yes.
One from Eastgate Stamps and Coins, Julian Geselder, and a valuable prize beyond description from our author and friend and advisor, Joan Zawarski. But they have to spot the mistake, come on air, and repeat it verbatim in the accent that they heard the mistake, and then they are the recipient of this magnificent prize. So let that just be said. All right. So Shawnee, before I zap this in, leave your pants off and just let's hear about Samantha Devimus.
Samantha Devimus combines contemporary and ethnic-inspired fashion jewelry. Several of the collections and designs are built on a socially conscious story which incorporate eco-friendly components. Not only is the jewelry beautiful, but each piece helps to connect the artisan and their communities to the world at large. Your purchase directly translates into support for these talented artists, whose imagination and flair drive the collections. Members and listeners of DJVSA Radio and the group can further benefit by receiving 10% discount on their purchase. Samantha de Vimas Jewelry can take it one step further by donating an additional 10% to your choice of 7 relevant charities and causes. Shipping worldwide. Visit our website at www.samanthadevimas.com. Thank you very much, Errol.
No, did you get it right?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Okay, now we just have to mention Eastgate Stamps and Coins. I believe, and I could be wrong, but they have at the moment an unbelievable new collection of stamps available to the really serious collector. So it might be an opportunity for somebody to pop down to the shop in Eastgate, go see Julius Geselder, and get some of the stuff. Add to your collection. Make your collection the one that every philatelist, how's that?
That's a good one.
In the whole world desire. And if you have stuff to sell to Julius Geselter, be it anything, bit of scrap metal, bit of metal, Krugerrands. I've got some fake Krugerrands. Do you think I can slip it by him? Was he a bit sharp?
No, I think he knows what he's doing.
Right.
Apparently, he knows very well what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's really a maven and a mumche in his profession.
And
he's one of the best.
And he's honest, which is a little bit annoying
always
for
tough.
me. Yeah, but we'll live with that. So
Errol, I have a friend, this guy I know, where I live, on the Moshav I live on, and he's an educator. He's an incredibly intelligent person. He's written many books, and he said to me, he got very excited when he heard I was from South Africa. He said his whole life he's been collecting stamps, and it's been his dream to collect a stamp stamps from the beginning to the end of a country's history. And he said it's very difficult because most countries don't have an end, but he does. He found Rhodesia, southern and northern Rhodesia. He realized that he could start from the very first stamp ever printed to the very last one ever issued. He could have the whole history of a country from beginning to end in the stamps, and that's what he's got. He's got today the entire stamps, every stamp issued in southern and northern Rhodesia.
Jeez. Let him take it down to Julius Geselter.
It's very interesting. I'm sure Julius would find that very interesting.
And I got a suggestion for him that if he wants countries that are gonna end, all he has to do is pick one or two of these countries that are making trouble with Israel, because soon Israel is going to end them, and then there it is. You've got the whole collection. And of course, our third and most gracious and wonderful sponsor is none other than Joan Zawarski. Now she said that she wants to play it a little bit low key, and she doesn't like me to mention her name too richly or too often. So Joan Zawarski, rich. That's just again, just read her books, see the kind of world that she has created. It is wonderful, and I really can't wait for the new book to come out. So Joan, please drop whatever you're doing, get off the Facebook page, except when you're doing the adverts for this radio show, and finish the book, edit it, print it, put it together, glue it, tape it, I don't know, but get it out, because I can't wait any longer. Really, and I want to read it, and the rest of the world want to read it, and it's going to become a bestseller. And I'm getting a signed copy, 1,000 signed copies for myself. So, really, Joan, please speed up the process. I don't want to have to nag you. Okay, now, Sean. Okay, turn around. Okay, slowly.
Yeah, I'm dizzy. I don't know if it's from all the stuff you put in me or it's from all this turning around.
No, it's probably a combination. We work on combinations here. Okay, now I'm going to there. All right, I'm gonna get it in here, and I'll put it in. No need to make another hole, so we'll just use what's available. And there we go. Anyway, it's in now. Okay, now sit down and take a breath, and we were going to go. This could be interesting. No, put your pants back first before you sit down, right? Yes, that's it. Tie your belt. Okay, good. So we set. Now, we need to just cover a little bit about what's happening on the page, and I must admit that the one thread that was pretty dominant and in everybody's face and so on is and I think we need to lay this to rest once and for all, because just now I'm going to get angry. And you see, Jeff Nathan and Sharon Franklin and Jen Knee, Shitshu Sofa and Beverly Hayfever de Vimus, they all think that because they're admins, they're in charge. But have I got news for them? They're not.
Ari's in charge.
Ari says GAT. I'm in charge. Shwani, this is like a unilateral declaration of in-chargedness. Okay. So let's get this. I know that it's like a mosquito flying around. A mosquito is nothing, but it does bite you. So it's better to switch on the light, look for the thing, and swat the bloody thing and finish. So this thing of rivalry between groups, let's put this to bed once and for all. Okay, and I think Jeff said it all when he said we're not in it for rivalry. We're not in it to be numerically superior and anything like this. And anybody who wants to be on our group can be on our group if they kind of even qualify. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's opinion is welcome, and anybody can at the same time belong to anything else they want to belong to, even if it's Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever you need. Okay, but belong, do your thing. And okay, but don't let's be suckered into allowing the other group or groups to believe that there is a rivalry and to create this rivalry to promote themselves, and they do this by making utterly ridiculous comments. There was one comment where they said that our group is regarded as, or they think, or somebody said, I don't even know who said, that we are anti-Jewish.
That's pathetic.
Pathetic. Anti-Jewish. I've got my chutzkopt more than 1,000 times for being Jewish. Now all of a sudden I'm anti-Jewish. That's an insult to me personally.
I haven't found one single anti-Jewish or anti-Zionist or anti-South African or anti-anything thread in all the messages. Some people, I do remember in the past, put forward their perhaps blinkered belief systems, and people disagreed with that. So, but that's fair enough. Isn't that what it's all about?
Well, exactly. Because we have the situation where, as I say, we have the different opinions and so on. But everybody is so pro Jewishness and Zionist, and they support me not only because they love me and because I'm good looking, but just because I live in Israel, and it is so. But you see, but we are allowing ourselves to give credibility to crap like that because we even take notice of it. And as I've said before, there is no such thing as competition, because DJVSA, the Jews of South Africa, the Eurofund South Africa, is unrivaled, absolutely unrivaled. And now it has its own coffee club and its own this club and that club and its own unbelievable world famous radio station and Sean, please don't breathe on me. You make me see.
The truth is, Errol, that I am so satisfied and so happy, and it actually fills me with joy and a good feeling when I see what this particular DJVSA, this group is doing. They're doing unbelievably good things. 99.9% of the messages are in good humor. There's a lot of love going around. There's a lot of good feeling going around. I think that in any Jewish community in the world, if it was as harmonious and agreeing and wanting to do as much good and help as this particular group, I think the Jews as a nation would be stronger, more powerful, and we would have probably had Israel many, many years before we did get it in 48. Simply because the things that are going on in this group and the discussions and the help that they're offering and the people and the meetings that people are meeting now, never known each other, getting together and mamash truly feeling like brethren. It's a beautiful thing, and we shouldn't let anything or anybody, however close they are to us, or even if we know them, to get in our way.
No, that's right. And okay,
we have a lady sent to us from Austin in Texas, and she calls herself Bev Devimus. Errol, can you read that, Devimus?
No. It looks like Devi. I don't know, but oh, wait a minute.
Anyway, if that is the real Bev Devimus, I just want to say, Bev, we love you. You're amazing, and hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you enjoyed yourself on your break and your vacation, and just nice to hear from you. And please stop sending Errol such nice messages and egging him on, because he already thinks he's the king of Israel.
Yes, I am. But I know it's the real one, because you know that we spoke about Bev Devimus's hay fever.
Yes.
And she's written there, but Andrew, I got a Cody Badass, I can't speak now. I'm going to have some toast with jam or maybe bar bite. And thank you very much, lovely program. So I think it's her.
Oh, okay.
I think it's her, 'cause
I couldn't read the accent.
So thanks, Bev, for your encouragement and so on, and wow, your support, your ongoing support is amazing. So let's put that whole belly crap to bed. Okay. I think that if and it's mostly the doing of one or two individuals who perhaps belonged to DJVSA and couldn't stand the heat, so they got out of the kitchen. Let's in future make a personal pact with each other that, irrespective of what they write, in an attempt to elicit our attention, which is the only way that they can get any sort of prominence, is to just ignore them flat, completely, and otherwise. If anything positive comes out of them, like a request for help or assistance in any way, then we're there for them. There's no doubt about it. They're fellow South Africans, they're fellow Jews, and but any of this negative stuff now is kaputski.
Yes.
Kaputski. Finish and klar. I'm not talking about it anymore. And if anybody says anything to me again, I'm going to give them the same injection that I gave you in your bum.
And you guys don't want that, man. I'm in agony.
And it's not looking good. I must tell you that now. The other thing that arose, and this again involves our Beverly blocked up those Dagibos, that is that there was an attempt by a person whom I'm not aware of, a lady who had left the group, come back, and so on. And she only wanted to join the group to try and dominate and to stamp her own brand of negativity on the group. And a decision was made, rightly so, 100% correct, by the collectively, I think, by the admins, to tell her to fuzak. So, and they did. So now she wrote a horrible thing saying that Jeff is a lacquer oak and Beverly Devimus is the scoundrel. That was another attempt to divide and conquer. Okay, but we didn't fall for that. But it drew an amazing amount of response. All of it except for my one. My post was the only one, but for the rest of it, response of positive reinforcement in the fact that everybody wants, because Bev kind of said that if that's the attitude, she would leave. Which I said that. Well, my one was, well, you want to go, go. If you want to stay, stay. Who cares? But that wasn't real. That was a joke. I mean, but again, that is so silly. And I, halfway through the thread, I tried to hijack it and write some other nonsense to change the thing, because that is so silly. Really, there is how many members have we got? Oh, a lot.
Nearly 3,500.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a little family of 3,500 growing by the day, and we are not going to let one bad apple spoil the whole box.
Errol, you know how hard it is to administer a Facebook group of this size. You got all the different time zones. You got people all over the world. Everyone wanting to give in their say, their worth, and our administration, it's a very small bunch of people. They are running. It's unbelievable the amount of work they're doing besides their lives and their careers and everything that they have besides the Facebook group. And I don't think people realize how much work goes into administering a Facebook group and of this size and keeping SEDER and keeping everything all right.
Yeah, surely, it's a lot. It really is a lot. I'm really struggling to do it. To control this Facebook page, I'm having a hell of a time. But all jokes aside, I don't even think people realize, because they say, oh, well, they take it too seriously, or it's only a Facebook page and so on. But it is very important, because you know what this Facebook page means to me. It means to me sorting out my life, because now I almost feel, because I have such a strong bond to South Africa and to the people of South Africa and the land of South Africa, that and I came to Israel and I was feeling a little bit sorry for myself and isolated, as wonderful it is here. And I mean, I'm so privileged to live in the city of Jerusalem. Can you believe it? And the other day, the two of us walked around the old city. I mean, that is a privilege that not many people have. That we can catch a bus and be there in 2 seconds. So it's unbelievable. But still, my bond to South Africa is very, very strong. And that was like a pull, a tearing away. And I miss this and I miss that and the bits and pieces. And now, all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but all those months ago, when you joined me up to this group, that bond was reforged, was remade. So now I have the best of both worlds, the absolute best of both worlds. I live in this unbelievable city of Jerusalem and enjoy everything that goes along with it. And I've still got my link back to South Africa and the little bit of family that I've got there and the friends that I've got there.
And the Jewish community.
And the Jewish community. And this group has facilitated that. So that's why every time I'm going to see, I haven't met Jeff yet, but every time I see him, I'm going to grab him, and he's a little oak, and I'm going to hug him, and I'm going to squeeze him so hard that a couple of his ribs will pop. Because I'm just so personally so grateful, and what some of the members have done for me, and just accepted me and accepted my nonsense, and the letters of encouragement that I get for this initiative of the radio station. And this radio station, as we said when we got together, was purely to of course enjoy ourselves and have fun and give vent to our nonsense that bubbles up in our head, but also to give back to the people and to close ranks and to give everybody a chance to participate and enjoy, and to give them a voice, because Facebook is one thing and our radio is another, and other things are happening, and the face-to-face meetings. All of this is happening. So don't let's underestimate the job of the admins or the value of this page. And even for those who participate regularly, and those who participate occasionally, and those who don't participate at all but are just members or just read and so on, everybody is welcome on any level that they choose, and it's good. And don't let's underestimate it. It's very, very important. So to the young lady, whoever the hell she is, who tried to cause a rift in this page, it ain't gonna happen. We too tight, and everybody belongs, and they know that everybody knows that if something should arise, all they have to do is approach. And I'd just like to have a word to Sharon Franklin, the one admin, because her job is made even worse. even more difficult because she has almost, and she lives in a different time zone to us, a full-time job just keeping me in line. Because I am inclined to get a little bit reckless from time to time. And so I need to be put into my place. And I can thank Beverly for that, Jenny for that. But Sharon Franklin, I know she's hovering out there. And every mistake I make, she zaps me in no time at all. All right, so having said that, now, Shawnee, first of all, let me inquire, how are you feeling?
Feeling very schwach, very, very schwach.
Now, what does that mean in English?
Weak, man. I'm feeling pap.
All right, take these two here. I'll give you those two. Take those two because we're nearing the end of the program, so this is like our last shot. You know what I mean?
I think I'm also nearing the end here, Errol. What have you done to me?
Okay, now the question is, do I need to get somebody to take you home, or can I, or will you be able to get home?
Well, I've still got a couple hours work ahead of me today, and I've got to get home. You know, I'm at home alone with the kids till the end of the week.
Yeah, because of course we have another whole program to go through. So take those two, and then we're going to see. I see we have another message coming in, and because I haven't got my glasses on, would you? It
says, please do not forget to announce the SAJAC event and the Kirsty Hesselberg event. Please, 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 everybody, both of them really look amazing. Errol and I wish we could attend. Well, I wish I could attend. Errol would like to attend, but he'd like to bring his whole entourage. Please check out on the site, check out on the group page about the SAJAC event. It really looks interesting and incredible. And also the Kirsty Hesselberg event, which is going to be very special. It's really going to be very special. And as many people as can and as possible, please try make both of them. For more information, look on the page, look on the site.
The event section, I think, has got the thing. You know, we mentioned last week this incredible tribute, and it's not to be missed because not only is it a tribute and the money's going to an unbelievable cause, and it's very sorely needed, but it's a great day of entertainment. There's live music and dancing and all sorts of things. It's at the Morningside Country Club. So go onto the events page, the events section, have a look what's happening and attend. And as I suggested last week, that maybe some of the JODE members that are still staying in South Africa to use this event to go ahead, enjoy, participate, and to meet up and have a special time together. Now, this other event, I did make a note of it, and lo and behold, I haven't got.
All right, then there's also around the campfire to post video, cammed, jokes, stories, etc., around the campfire. Check it out. It's also going to be quite cool. I've got quite a few things I'd like to send to that. Some anecdotes and stories, and while Errol's paging through his notes, is quite a story. When my brother was in the SADF, he was doing his 2 years SADF. He is a qualified optometrist, and he went to Namibia, went to Southwest Africa to test eyes of all the United Nations soldiers. And he was in some little town, I don't recall what it was, and he was asking around, and they said, yes, there was once one Jew who lived in the town, and
it might have been Rooikop. I've been to Rooikop in
I don't remember what it's called. And there was one Jew lived in the town many years ago, but he'd passed on, and he was buried in there wasn't a Jewish cemetery. There's a non-Jewish cemetery. So wouldn't my brother like to see the grave? So my brother thought, yeah, it could be quite interesting. I mean, there's one Jew. How did they know what to put on the grave? They didn't know his Hebrew name or anything. And he went to the graveyard, and there was this Jewish man who passed away his grave. And you must remember, everyone there was German speaking. And on his grave, they'd carved in the kosher for Pesach sign, because they looked around his house, and all they could find in Hebrew was something that says kasher le Pesach. So on this man's gravestone was his name, his date of birth and death, and written in Hebrew it said kasher le Pesach. That's a wonderful anecdote, and I'm sure it hasn't happened in many other countries or in the past. I'm sure you've got beautiful stories, amazing stories. The pick of the stories, I'm sure Errol and I would love to read and broadcast over the air. It would be really cool. Please send us, and also send us anything you want to know about different songs, different stories in South Africa. Hopefully, on Thursday, we'll be able to speak to two people who aren't members of our group, but definitely have very, very interesting stories about South Africa, South African Jewry, and how they relate to it. 2 short, quick interviews. It'll be very, very interesting, and you'll definitely be able to catch it on podcast.
Yeah, well, those two. Just to finish off, I love this around the campfire.
Yeah.
Because I can just see the sparks flying up into the African night sky, and those little sparks as the wood bursts, and the smells and the sights and the sounds and so on. I'm very and that's the kind of life that I love. And of course, making the campfire was all these little stories and bits and pieces and tales and singing. So everybody can, on their phone or on their video machine, put this together, submit it, and let's have it, and we'll play it on the page, and we'll even play some of it here live. And if anybody wants to sing or express their exuberance, just gooi, and let's try and get that thing going. And then perhaps one day when we technically set up, we can have a live round the campfire thing, and then we can also have a sing along, and this will be really, really great. Just to cover what we're doing on Thursday is we're going to speak to the miracle man, Clinton Fuchs, who he will tell us his story that has never been told before, about an incident that happened in South Africa in 1995, where he took 2 bullets to the head and lived to tell the tale. And there were a few factors. Today he's a very good friend of my son's and living here in Jerusalem in Neve Yaakov, and he's got a wonderful wife and a sweetest little daughter you've ever laid eyes on. And his survival was, amongst other things, brought about by the amazing Jewish community of South Africa, maybe even specifically of Johannesburg. And he will tell the story of him lying there at death's door, and he had to make a personal decision whether to live or die, and how the South African community rallied around and helped him. So this is an amazing story, and it's a wonderful story, because as horrific as the actual incident was and the things that followed from there, the outcome is amazing. This man, now a religious man, is unbelievable. He is such a nice guy, and he is physically. He'll tell us how he's been physically affected by this whole thing. I don't know about the mental aspects of it, but he has risen above it, and he is just an incredible person, an incredible individual. And I would like to introduce him to all the members, all the listeners of DJVSA Radio, and that's it. And then, of course, we have another surprise guest as well, who is very interesting. So Thursday's show is going to be a whiz banger, and hopefully by then, of course, you personally, Sean, will have been cured of your cold and of the cure. You'll be cured of the cure.
Yeah, well, let's
and
hope so.
because I must say you're not looking good, and then we will be. So you have to be right, because Thursday is a very important show, and our second surprise guest is in fact your guest. So you're going to have to do all the research in the background. So I can't have you. So in fact, I'm going to pop in from time to time between now and Thursday at your place, and just keep on injecting you to make sure that you're in tip-top condition.
You're looking so forward to that, eh?
Well, please, at least you got something to look forward to, and I hope life isn't too tough with your wife away at this major conference. And I'm sure that you're getting excited now, because any day now your wife is about to give you number 3.
Oh yes. Hopefully, maybe meant to be next week sometime. Bezrat Hashem. So let's wait and see.
Oh,
Let's
wonderful.
You people, the JODE will be the first to know when it happens. And
I have an idea, Shawnee. I don't know if your wife will agree to this, and she is a lovely woman. So she might. Do you think that we could do like a live commentary of the birth, live on radio?
Do you know? I'm not joking. This is true. That my wife is a ninja. My wife lived in Japan for many years. She's Israeli. She lived in Japan.
She's a ninja.
For over 18
when
years.
I said something stupid, she hit me. It took me a week to recover.
For over 18 years, she's done as a hobby Kung Fu and Tai Chi. And she's more than a black belt in both, and she teaches both.
And she's Israeli.
Yeah. So Errol, man, she'll slap us both up.
Yeah, I know that. But so, would you be the one to ask her the question?
Yes, right. Especially when she's giving birth.
No, we just set up beforehand. Then we'll go in there. We'll put on masks and gloves and stuff like this, and we'll put covers on the microphones, and we'll take the recording stuff into the delivery room, and we'll give the audience a play-by-play.
Errol, my daughter will bliksem me, and she's only 9.
Yeah, I know. This is what worries me. So what I suggest is that you approach your good wife. If she says no, phone me straight away so I can go into hiding, and you can take the consequences. But all jokes aside, we wish her and you and the family really well. And this is a very exciting event in our lives, I must tell you.
Yes.
And if the first 2 samples are anything to go by, number 3 is going to be really, really, really good. And if you mix your kids in with my kids, my grandkids, we've got potential to take the whole of Israel and ruin it. So
or build the third temple.
Or build the third temple, but I don't know, with the destructive powers of my 2 grandsons and your son, I don't think we're building anything. I think we're just destroying it at this moment. We're in destruction mode. So it's fine. So a final word from you, Sean.
All right. Thank you very much for those listening. Listen to the Catch the Podcast. If there's anything you want me to look up or research, I'll be only too pleased. I really, even particularly if you come from a small town that used to have a community, I'd love to do the research, look it up, and as I say, hopefully we'll have someone on Thursday who can spread a lot of light on all these little communities that have now largely vanished. Errol, I hope everything's good, and everyone, all our members, take it easy, sei gesund, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks, Sean. Very, very good indeed. I'd just like to say that something that I left out is the feedback that we had from last week's show featuring none other than Colin Snord-Levine was unbelievable. So I made a big mistake by trying to print it out. And now there's so much of it, we can have our own ticker tape parade. It's amazing what poured in. And the surprising part is that everybody seems to like him. And they're using words like mention, what a man. And
I really like. I'm actually going to start sending him a couple of messages. I got some questions for him.
Why?
Because he was saying such interesting things. And such
have you seen the brutal things he writes to me?
With.
He writes the most terrible things to me. And then when I don't know what's going on, he speaks to me in Colonese and Japanese and Portuguese and Russianese and so on. No, I'm kidding. This man is we're so privileged to have him in our lives, Colin Levine, and his lovely wife and children. And the feedback has been amazing. So I'm going to try next week, and I know he's under terrible pressure and he needs to go do an overseas raid somewhere. And he's busy and he's got his whole empire to run, his security empire. But we're going to try and get him on next week, even if it is just for a short while. Just to reply to some of the unbelievable feedback we've had from it, and so I just thank him for coming on, and beg him please to come on next time, and also because he has to sing. So these things it's all a build up. So right. So from me now, Errol Ballon, until Thursday when we come to you with a special In the Easy Chair program, I would like to. First of all, wish Sean well and hope that he gets over all these bumps and bruises and swells. And until Thursday, until the next time, from DJVSA Radio, Errol Ballon, it's goodbye.
Why is it some people wait all their lives, waiting for something to say? I don't believe that my life's been a lie. It's only right that I give back what I've taken to all those people who showed me the way, to all the ones who came before me, to all of those I've never met, never known. They've shown that's how you live your life, that makes you whole. Don't relax, keep the pedal. Don't relax, keep the pedal to the middle. Don't relax, keep the pedal to the middle. If you wanna make a difference tonight. Well, I remember when I was a boy, everything was just like they would say it. Didn't matter if you were alone. You always felt that somewhere someone would be watching. Didn't matter, someone was always looking. You were never on your own. Why does it now have to be so different? It was only yesterday when we were young at heart. Why is it some people wait all their life, never knowing where's the end of the beginning, telling stories that nobody hears. I'm owed them all, cause I was the one that was telling them. You either do the right thing or you don't. There's no such thing as in between. The ride is rough.